हेलो एवरीवन। आज हमारे साथ है डॉक्टर राजीव धवन, जिनका दूसरा नाम है ईएनटी का किंग। ही इज नोन बाय द किंग ऑफ ईएनटी। तो सर, आपके इंट्रोडक्शन की वैसे नीड नहीं है, बट फिर भी आप बता दीजिए कि आप कहाँ से है प्रॉपर।
Thank you, Chitrali, for this interaction. And this is Dr. Rajiv Dhawan, your ENT faculty. I'm basically from Amritsar, and I've done my MBBS from Government Medical College Amritsar. But I came to Delhi for my post graduation from Lady Harding Medical College, Delhi, and I did my SRship from there only after my PG. Then I was in AIMS, New Delhi for 2 years for my further training. This is a brief journey from Amritsar to Delhi, but after that I got settled in Delhi only.
तो मतलब सर, आपने अपनी एमबीबीएस की डिग्री भी वहीं से कंप्लीट करी है?
MBBS from Government College Amritsar
ओके।
and MS ENT from Lady Harding Medical College Delhi and post PG training from AIMS New Delhi.
ओके, तो सर स्टार्ट करते हैं। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन ये है कि आपका क्या फैमिली में कोई टीचिंग बैकग्राउंड रहा है? कब आपने सोचा कि आपको इसमें आना चाहिए, पढ़ाना चाहिए बच्चों को?
My family, I come from a very humble background. My father was a shopkeeper in a
अरे
village near Amritsar, and we never had any doctor in 10 kilometer radius around our home, I guess, and nobody was into teaching profession. Uh, Teaching actually happened to me accidentally only, to be very honest with you.
ओके, ये बहुत
It was
बड़ी बात
not
है
at
कि
all in my mind that I will be a teacher. To be very honest, that I come from Punjab, and Punjab people should not be a teacher, I would say. But I have a firm belief after 19 years into teaching. I think it's not philosophy; it's a practical reality I am living nowadays. That sometimes you don't choose the role, sometimes the role chooses you because nature wants to deliver you through. Nature wants to deliver something through you actually. And it's not philosophy I'm really talking about, Chitrali. I would say sometimes I really wonder. I'm sitting and I say that why did I become a teacher? Did I choose teaching or teaching chose me? The answer is nature made me a teacher.
ओके, तो मतलब एक आप शॉपकीपर थे आपके पापा, एंड उसके बाद आप इतनी लंबी जर्नी, आप एक बिल्कुल मिडिल क्लास से आपने स्टार्ट किया एंड इस बड़े इस पे है आप, बहुत बड़ी बात है। तो अब तक का आपका बच्चों के साथ कैसा एक्सपीरियंस रहा है? बिकॉज आप इतने सारे बच्चों के साथ इंटरेक्ट कर चुके हैं, इतने बड़े बच्चे, इतने सारे बच्चे आपकी क्लास में रहते होंगे।
Chitrali, I am into teaching for the last 19 years. My first year of teaching was 2004. And I have been teaching the NEET-PG, INICT, and All India PG, coaching for last 19 years, and into the FMG coaching for last, you can say, close to 12 years now. My experience has been phenomenal. Let me tell you, students are our teachers. When a student asks me a question, it makes me think, how can I make it simple when I go for the next class? So if you ask me, the first class I took in 2004 was horrible. But whatever batches came in touch with me gradually, they made me teach the way I'm teaching today. If I'm teaching in a proper way, the huge credit goes to students. As the famous saying is, child is the father of the man. I would say student is the teacher for the teacher, actually. I would say that's my experience. And that's my humble, very honest kind of, expression at this moment, that whatever we are doing today for the current batch is because of a lot of questions asked by the previous batch students. So journey has been phenomenal, and it has been a learning experience for me, Chitrali, I would say.
एफएमजी स्टूडेंट से ये भी सुना है, पास आउट स्टूडेंट से, कि आपने जो क्वेश्चंस बोले हैं वही पेपर में आते हैं।
uh, See, whenever I start the class with one prayer in my heart कि मेरा पढ़ाया हुआ समझ आए और मेरे पढ़ाए हुए से क्वेश्चन आए. Very, very simple thing. I don't know many things about religion and spirituality. I'm not that kind of oriented person, but I know the basics of life actually. So if the students have been benefited that way, again, I would say it is not because of me. It's because of probably nature makes you do certain things. Because somebody's parents are praying, somebody's grandparents are praying, somebody's siblings are praying that their brother, sister, son, daughter should pass the exam in the first go only. Now, somebody has to become the medium for those prayers to be answered. And this is probably my role over there. And I'm truly glad if FMGs feel that way, that they're benefited. It makes me feel more worthwhile, I would say.
ओके, तो मेरा एक क्वेश्चन ये है सर कि ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म्स के बारे में आपको आइडिया होगा ही कि पहले के टाइम पे इतने ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म्स नहीं थे, तो क्या टीचिंग एंड पढ़ाना तब आसान था या अब आसान है बच्चों को पढ़ाना और बच्चों के लिए पढ़ना?
Chitrali, humans are all about evolution. We came from monkeys and today we are humans. And this is survival of fittest, actually. In 21st century, we cannot expect students to behave the way 20th century students were behaving. So we need to evolve as per technology, as per the recent, requirements of students also. And medical science is one science, which is vast science, actually. 19 subjects being assessed in one day is not occurring in any other domain. It would certainly need a very appropriate combination of online education with offline presence over there. When I say online education, for example, an FMG student right now is in a medical university in Russia. He or she should not waste time after the first year. The first year, I would say, please settle down. Okay, fine, we agree. Everybody's a new place. And we don't want to be idealistic over here. We want to be practical. Take first year to settle down, orient yourself. But from second year onwards, please choose a platform to learn the subjects in the online format. There are two formats right now. One is recorded lectures, other is the online live classes also. And now the third thing is developing hybrid approach. You have online live classes along with the app recording of the lectures also available. Like I'm in doctorals, we are coming up with soon with the online live classes also, and you will have a provision of the recorded lectures. When you come to India, please join something in an offline space so that we get disciplined. Not just you or me. Like I am a person who can be distracted very fast. If I don't have a target to follow for the day, I might end up wasting the whole day. But if I have a day full of offline class, I would go over there. I would revise the content which I've already discussed or really learned when I was in university. So students have got multiple options now. The right approach is hybrid approach, and I'm really liking it. Earlier, it was very tough. Only offline space available means student has to come back to India. Only then they start studying. In 4.5 months to appear for FMG exam was a very difficult task. Now, with the online things available, for example, the online live plus online recorded lectures available, students come a little bit more prepared now. When they come to offline classes, they already have done some content. Now in the class, they're revising it or sharpening it further. It makes them score good, marks and pass the exam in the first go only. That is why, if you see this time, Chitrali, the paper 2 of FMG exam of January 2023 was very difficult. I've analyzed the paper, but the passing rate has been close to 36-37%, which is highest, at least in my knowledge, till now in FMG exam. This is a beautiful change which is occurring now, and that's because of the online-offline combination.
नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज कि कौन सी गलतियां बच्चे मोस्ट ऑफन दोहरा रहे हैं अपने एग्जाम्स में, एंड जो अभी एफएमजी का एग्जाम होगा उन सारे एफएमजी एस्पिरेंट्स को आप क्या मैसेज देना चाहते हैं?
The FMG aspirants focusing on July 2023 paper, there are a few messages for you through Chitrali. Number one, guys, if you are targeting perfection in all subjects, it won't be achievable. Let me be very clear. I don't represent idealism in any sphere, and I'm not ideal, to be very honest with you. I really focus on what works in the real world. If you are targeting perfection in all subjects, you would be collecting so much of data that you will not be able to revise even half of that, and that whole effort will go waste. The essence of FMG exam is moderation, means I should be knowing subject appropriately, up to the mark as per the FMG standard. I should know all previous year question topics certainly, PYQ topics certainly for sure. And I must do the content in such a way that I must revise the content after the first reading 3 times. Now, 3 time reading revision is a very painful thing. Believe me, Chitrali. But there are a few rules which we have to follow. Number one, every revision should take half of time of the previous revision. For example, you did anesthesia in 10 hours. Okay, 10 hours after the first revision. After the class was over, you did the videos or you did the class. First revision, 10-hour anesthesia. After a few weeks, another revision on anesthesia in 5 hours. Chitrali, 5 hours. In the last 6 days before examination, we will give 2.5 hours to anesthesia and finish it off. Believe me, multiple quick revisions are much better than single exhaustive revision. If you take 20 hours to revise anesthesia, only one time, it would not really help you this way in the exam. 10-hour, one revision. 5-hour, second revision. 2.5-hour, third revision, just a week before exam. This might help us in a better way. This is what I've seen in last 24 batches. This is what the trick people are using. The second message of Chitrali, do not leave any subject. If you leave, for example, psychiatry totally, it's not a good thing. You know, certain question of psychiatry would be asked. Dermatology, certain question would be asked. Like, psoriasis would be asked. SLE lesion would be asked. Stephen Johnson syndrome will be asked. Why to leave those questions unattempted? So the idea is not hard work. The idea is smart hard work. Smart hard work means that not that I am champion of 12 subjects. I am actually knowing all subjects in moderation. Whatever subject I could really not do properly, I did rapid revision of that, or I did the PYQ based revision of those notes of that subject. This is the most important message for all the FMU students who are targeting this, December, the July 2023 paper.
Okay. So next question is, बहुत बार बच्चे नीट के लिए अटेम्प्ट देते हैं, बहुत सारे अटेम्प्ट देते हैं, 3-3 4-4. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू यू, क्या बच्चों को ड्रॉप लेना चाहिए, 2 अटेम्प्ट के बाद भी रिपीट करना चाहिए, या अब्रॉड एमबीबीएस अब्रॉड के लिए प्रेफर करना चाहिए?
नीट यूजी के बाद आप कह रहे हो?
जी
नीट यूजी के बाद, ओके.
जी.
Chitrali, see, everybody comes from a very different background. Some like if you ask me, if I would have failed in my UG exam, I would have been sitting on the shop and doing my father's job, and that's all about my life actually, because we never had the resources. And I'm not being very, melodramatic over here. I'm being very practical and honest over here actually. But you know what? We come from different backgrounds. Like somebody's parents, they can really sponsor their child to this kind of education. No point in wasting time, I would say. If you're done NEET UG and you think I did my best attempt and I really think I didn't make it, and my parents are supportive, I can go there, I can really groom myself, I can study over there, I have the online education over there, I will do those videos over there, and I will come back. I would say that's an okay path actually. I know many FMG students who came back to India, cleared the exam in the first attempt, started internship also, and the journey was as good as any FMG. And today I know many students in FMG who have done the NEET-PG exam also and already finished their PG from very good colleges and doing practice also. So I would not say waste another year and all that. If your parents cannot afford it, you have no option over there, and they can sponsor you dropping. Believe me, even that's a very big thing they're offering you, that you're sitting at home preparing for it. Then why not prepare for it? Okay. So Chitali, it's a very, customized kind of thing for everyone in a different bracket, because, we all come from different families. So that's what my take on that.
Okay. Next question is, how was your journey through PG? आप जब PG की पढ़ाई अपनी कर रहे थे, आपने अपना टाइम कैसे मैनेज किया?
NEET-PG?
Yeah, NEET-PG.
NEET-PG? That's another story, Chitrali, actually. Also in the class also. After wasting 19 months of my life of not studying at all, 12 months of internship and 6 months of my JR-ship, non-PG JR-ship, and after leaving that JR-ship, 16, that 18 months are already passed. I thought because of JR-ship, I'm not studying. I left the JR-ship. I said, I'll study. And then 19th month also went waste. Then I realized it's not JR-ship which is the culprit. It's I am the culprit. I am postponing my study every day. I am procrastinating every day. Every day, I would make a wonderful plan to study. for my PG exam. But every evening I will make a compromise कि राजीव आज सो जा, कल से अच्छे इंसान बन जाएंगे. My brain would tell me every night that राजीव आज सो जा, कल अच्छा दिन है, कल से पढ़ाई शुरू करेंगे. लेकिन वो कल नहीं आ रहा था. 19 महीने बीत चुके थे और वो कल नहीं आ रहा था. And one day I decided enough is enough. And I did a drastic thing. I ran away from my home in Amritsar. I went to Himachal. And there's another story actually. And those 5 months I stayed there and I started studying. And my brain started transforming. I started stabilizing. And eventually, because of those 5 months, I'm here today. Let me tell you very honestly, I studied in somebody else's, you can say, sort of a outhouse. I stayed in their properties outhouse in Himachal Pradesh. And those 5 months are paying me still. Guys, only one thing I would like to tell you from my experience, there's nothing like idealism. There's nothing like be this or be that. Everyone is a combination of good and bad and, black and white and all that. And I am like that. I'm proud to be imperfect. Believe me, I'm proud to be ill-disciplined. I'm a person who can get distracted very fast. But whenever life has demanded from me, I have created, launched a little disciplined version of myself for a limited amount of time. And that was a time of 5 months for my PG preparation. And believe me, that's paying me till now. But did I change after that PG exam was over? No. I became ill-disciplined and imperfect one more time after exam was over. And I'm being very happy. I'm very happy being that till now.
Okay. So the next question is, who is your inspiration for your unhindered encouragement towards your success? आप आज इतनी दूर आए, आप इतने known teacher है, तो आप कौन आपको हमेशा inspire करता रहा आपके ups and downs में?
Students encourage me. A little message. I always tell the class also that if somebody might send me message, the FMG student, that Rajiv, I passed the FMG exam. I don't know why, but this is the biggest kick of my life actually. It keeps me encouraged. It keeps me pumped up for the next session. Somebody asked me, I was in Dushanbe, Rajiv, don't get bored with every time doing the same thing every few days in the same kind of format and energy? I said, I don't know. Even I'm amazed actually, but I can relate to your question because if I would have been in your shoes, I would ask the same question. But if you ask my heart, I will tell you that when you are able to contribute positively to somebody else's life without asking anything from that person in return, that becomes a blissful experience for me. For me, I'm telling you. And Chitrali, I hate philosophy. And second thing I hate is motivation, actually. These two things I don't understand much. I can tell you, my practical experience says that when an FMG student passes the FMG examination, and that few words message, Rajiv, I passed the FMG exam, believe me, that's the biggest reward in the whole exercise. That's the biggest encouragement in the whole exercise. That makes you prepared for the next session. I'm leaving tomorrow for Kyrgyzstan, for Jalalabad State University and OSH. And I'm pretty excited about it. It's my 19th year, Chitrali. 19th year is like too big a time. I never thought it'll be like such a long kind of session. But I'm still amazed that, for tomorrow I'm leaving and then day after we start the class. And I'm really looking forward to it, honestly. Only to see that smile on the face of the student when they understand a very difficult concept. Oh, wow. To see that satisfaction on the face of the student, Rajiv, we pass exam. And sometimes when we see parents who send their child, son or daughter with a lot of, strength. I'm a father. I know how to send your daughter out to study. I can see that. They have to really generate a lot of confidence that I'm sending my daughter to Russia. Will she be okay there? Will she be safe there? They're trusted, invested. And by merely clearing this exam, their whole investment turns into something beautiful. And if we could become a small part of that journey of that student, which can make their parents proud and happy, what can be better encouragement than that, Chitrani?
Exactly. तो सर आप अपने लाइफ में इतने सारे रोल प्ले करते हैं, एज अ परफेक्ट डॉटर, एज अ डैड, एज अ पेरेंट, एज अ सन, तो कभी कोई रोल छूट नहीं जाता? कभी आप इतना टाइम मैनेज कर लेते हैं बच्चों के लिए सब, आपका टाइम मैनेज हो जाता है इतनी सारी चीजें करने के बाद?
Yeah. Yes, Chitrali. Yes, you are right actually. My basic funda is that जो भी करो एकदम इन्वॉल्व हो करो. If I'm at home, I'm playing with the sun, then I forget everything. If I'm with my parents, then I'm with them. I really enjoy with them. Does it come to me naturally? Was it like this as a child? No, not at all. I was never like this. All these things I've learned with my own failures. Because to become, you know, good in different roles, you have to make sure that when you're playing a single role, please be invested into that fully. So that you don't feel guilty when you're teaching someone that okay, you are actually ignoring your own family. For that, I think we learn with it. It's not that I'm not passed through that phase, Chitrali. Sometimes it actually happens that, but then gradually you learn. Okay, like, and the basic rule of the game is जो भी करो शिद्दत से करो तो आपके सारे रोल जस्टिफाई होना शुरू हो जाते हैं धीरे धीरे. तो दिस इज माई लर्निंग. इट्स नॉट एक होता है इनबॉर्न ऐसे होना. मैं पंजाब से हूँ, पंजाब के लोग ऐसे नहीं होते इनबॉर्न. और आप चित्राली आप जानते हो. और मैंने बहुत सारी गलतियों से सीखा है और बहुत ही धीरे धीरे मतलब पका हूं मैं. और मैं अब जाके ऐसा बनाऊं. कोई भी स्टूडेंट जो मुझे सुन रहा है चित्रालय के थ्रू, ये मत सोच ले कि ये बंदा धरती पे ऐसे आया था. मैं उन सब लोगों के लिए उम्मीद जनरेट करना चाहता हूँ जो आज की डेट में ये फील करते हैं कि मैं इनकम्प्लीट हूँ, इम्परफेक्ट हूँ और मेरे को बहुत डिस्ट्रैक्शन होता है, मैं प्रोक्रास्टिनेट करता हूँ, मैं कुछ नहीं कर पाता, पता नहीं मेरा क्या होना है कि नहीं होना. लुक एट मी. अगर मेरा हो गया तो आपका भी हो जाएगा.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your words and thank you for your precious time. आपने बहुत मुश्किल से अपना समय मैनेज किया है हॉस्पिटल के बाद, आपके ओटीज के बाद, उसके लिए बहुत बड़ा थैंक यू. लास्ट चीज मैं आपको ये कहना चाहूंगी, आपके लाइफ में आपको बहुत बच्चों ने ये बोला होगा कि आप बहुत अच्छे टीचर हैं, आप बहुत परफेक्ट टीचर हैं, बट नॉट ओनली यू आर अ गुड टीचर, बेस्ट टीचर, आई विल से यू आर द बेस्ट पर्सन आई हैव एवर मेट. बिकॉज इतने लोगों के साथ इतना एक सक्सेस अचीव करने के बाद भी आप इतने हम्बल इंसान हैं, वो बहुत बड़ी बात है. थैंक यू सो
Thank
मच.
you, Chitrali.
थैंक यू फॉर
Thank you, Chitrali. Thank you. And my
बीइंग
last word for
देयर.
all the FMG students, Chitrali, through you. FMG students, I would leave you with one thought. ये एक बार लाइफ में लिए और एक बार मौका दिया पेरेंट्स ने, है ना, डॉक्टर बनने का. इंजॉय करो. मैं ये नहीं कहता बेटा, आई डोंट वांट टू साउंड लाइक दिस थिंग कि पढ़ते रहना है, ऐसा नहीं कह रहा हूँ. क्रिएट अ बैलेंस बिटवीन स्टडी टाइम एंड द एंटरटेनमेंट टाइम. बस ये कर लो. आप सेकंड ईयर हो, थर्ड ईयर हो, फोर्थ ईयर हो, कुछ भी कर रहे हो, कोई बात नहीं. वीकेंड पे यू वांट टू गो अराउंड, यू हैव अ रेस्टोरेंट और समथिंग लाइक दैट, मे बी अ डिस्को और समथिंग, जाओ ना. बी सेफ, बी सेफ. इंपॉर्टेंट बात है, बी सेफ, हैव फन. लेकिन जब पढ़ने बैठो ना बेटा, तो फिर पढ़ने ही बैठना. व्हेन यू स्टडी, व्हेन देन ओनली स्टडी. जिसने ये चीज समझ ली ना बेटा, तो जैसे मैंने 19 महीने वेस्ट किए ना, तुम्हारे 19 महीने वेस्ट नहीं होंगे. मेरी गलती सीख लेना. मैं एंजॉय करता चला गया 19 महीने और बाद में पता लगा पढ़ना भी था. अभी बैठ के दोनों चीजें कर लेते हैं. कॉलेज में हो आप लोग, कोई बात नहीं, यही टाइम है. आई नो कि कलेक्ट मेमोरीज. यही टाइम बाद में याद आएगा कि अरे यार हम उसमें वहां बैठे हुए थे, हम वहां बात कर रहे थे. कलेक्ट मेमोरीज. ऐसा नहीं है, मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूं. लेकिन डिवाइड डिवाइड योर टाइम. ये मेरा पढ़ने का टाइम है, अब हम पढ़ेंगे बैठ के. ये मेरा फन का टाइम है, हम लोग वीकेंड पे फ्राइडे को बाहर जाते हैं, कोई बात नहीं, जाओ ना, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. लेकिन अपना अल्टीमेट गोल ये है कि जब मैं इंडिया आऊं तो पहली बार में एग्जाम पास हो जाए, मैं प्राउडली अपने पेरेंट्स को बता पाऊं कि आपने जो मेरे पे ट्रस्ट किया था, मैंने उसको सूद समेत वापस कर दिया.
Okay, so thank you so much. Thank you for your precious time once again. Thank you.
थैंक यू. थैंक यू.